It's in. Went in nice. Washed it all down. I'm gonna wash it one more time, and I think that's it. But I got the centerpiece in. Fit nice. A little bit of finagling to get it in, but I softened it up. I soaked it in hot water. I didn't use a blow dryer method on this one. This was actually fairly soft, the one that Rick gave me. So we got that centerpiece fit right in like a glove, and that's all set. So now I got to bolt this onto the end of the steering column. But I think I'm going to wet sand some of this proud flamage here, and we're going to take care of that. See if you can see there's a lot of trash in it. So I think this, if you could feel it's a little rough right here, but I think that was when this thing wasn't completely cured and I had it laid down and I was trying to get all this stuff together. So but now it's all nice and hard. I'm just going to wet sand it and just buff this collar right here. This, you don't really see too much of this down below. Now we're working on trying to salvage the other steering wheel. So what I got set up right now, I got a carbide bit, and I'm gonna try to get inside here and try to make a V, kind of like this, so that the epoxy can stick and not like a straight channel the way it is now. So I'm in fear of it just popping back and out. Oh, I can't even speak. What the heck? Instead of it popping back out. So I'm going to try to V-notch all this stuff in here, and I'm going to use this. So I will be back when that's all said and done, and we'll take a look at it together. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, I opened everything up. I took this bit. Sorry for the shaky cam, guys. And I tried to work it in. As you can see, I'm kind of... Alright, where are we? I can't even see myself through the viewfinder. I'm kind of beneath on a chamfer, going inwards. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just enough to make a bite, you know? Right in here, see? See how I'm kind of inside? So, when I put this epoxy in now, I got kind of a bite here with this edge, and the epoxy will actually go inside. What now I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it down. I'm actually going to try something different. This stuff, I don't know if you have any Big Lots in your area. For that price, this stuff is pretty nasty. It's great for degreasing. I use it all the time to degrease it. I buy it by, if I can get a case of it, I'll get a case of it from them. And this is Big Lots. Yeah, it's like $1.80, and the stuff works great for degreasing and getting gunk out of stuff, and I use it all the time, and it's cheap. It's a lot cheaper than the brake cleaner or the gum out carb cleaner. Use gloves though. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flush out all the loose particles of plastic as best I can. Then I'm going to blow dry it with the air gun, try to force dry it, and then we'll break these apart and see how they go. So we can actually almost do that now. Maybe not. I used to be strong like bull. About as dumb as a bull too. Now you get older. Here we go. Use your head, not your back. Part A, part B. And I'll be back when I'm starting to mix the stuff up. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Part A. I do believe you'd say, yeah, A right there. And part B. Now when I worked at high schools doing science labs, they have all the chemical resistant sinks. They would use an epoxy, and they would mix it up. It'd come in quart cans, and that stuff was nasty. So I don't know how, if maybe this is the equivalent to it. I don't know. But I've always seen them. They use a paint stick. They would scoop it out, blah 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 blah, and mix it up and get it all consistent, and then it would start to fill. I'm gonna do that. Probably guys out there saying, no, you dummy, just do something different. Remember now, this is the first time I'm ever doing this. I have no experience with trying to fix stuff like this. This is just trying to use common sense and common sense and see if I can get this thing fixed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up a little bit, They're saying the drying times vary. It's actually workable below 70 degrees for up to an hour. And right now we're at 64. And that outdoor temperature is wrong. For some reason it's always showing warmer because I got it on a sheltered part of the house outside. It's like below freezing outside right now. That's definitely not the temperature. So I'm gonna mix this up and maybe put you on a stand, maybe not, I don't know. See what I can do. Let's see. Alright, hold on. Can we see? Yeah. Can we see? Maybe I can chalk you up a bit. Alright, we'll just do that. Part A. It doesn't smell bad. The other stuff that the guys use at the science labs, man, that stuff reeked. Part B. So we did a little dollop like this. Maybe I should use another stick here. Stuff's really thick though. Man, it's thick. Okay. I'll just stop mixing it together. Sorry. They say till it becomes a smooth consistency and it all becomes one color. And the stuff is really, really thick. Really thick. I'm gonna laugh, this doesn't work. That's okay, I got another steering wheel. Thank God. Thank God for Rick. Okay, no streaking. It's gonna take all of this container and then some. Okay, it's all consistent. It's all one color. I'm gonna start slathering it on, and then I'll bring you back when I'm done slathering. All right, guys, see you in a bit. I gotta say one thing. This stuff does not flow well. It's nothing like Bondo. It's nothing like metal to metal. It's not even like the two-pot SEM through the gun. This stuff, you cannot pull it because as you can see, it just drags everywhere. I got all the major cracks filled. This might need a second application. The whole backside is done, and it's a mess. It is a mess. So suffice to say, it's just a waiting game now. I gotta let this all dry down, and then I'm gonna take some sandpaper. I think I got some 40 grit, and I'm going to hand sand all the epoxy off and try to get down to the black, and then whatever needs to be touched up and filled, I can only use a little bit of this now. But just set it and forget it. As you can see right here, see how I got a dip, but I can still try to get that to fill that little dip in there. And right here too, there's a little, you can see the line right here, low spot. So I'm going to try to fill up the rest of that epoxy in these holes, and it's a waiting game. So I'll probably be back when this is all dried. I'm going to let it cure a good day, and I'll bring you back when it's all dried up and nice, and we'll start sanding it and see how it goes. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Well, see you tomorrow. Peace. Day 2, and not liking it. It's soft. It's not hardening up. I'm actually molding it with my hands. I don't know how long this stuff takes to dry. Maybe because it's so thick, but this might be a fail. I mix up the parts equally. That's it. It's all soft. I can knead it. Oh well. So we'll see. We're gonna give it a couple of days. Maybe because of the weather and being cold, this was left in the garage overnight. But yeah, good thing I got this thing. Once again, thank you very much. Okay, this is day 4. I had to bring the thing upstairs. It finally hardened up. It finally kicked. It's nice and hard now. I guess the garage, I mean, the heat's been on. The heat's been on for a little while, but I guess the temperature wasn't conducive to this thing setting up. Apparently it does work, but you got to be in the right temperature range for it to work. And I just put it right next to my baseboard heater, and I just let it cook for a couple of days. So it's all hardened up. Now it's good. We're going to start sanding it down. I'm going to try to shape it with the 40 grit, and if it's too aggressive, then I'll just jump up to like an 80 and try to do that. So I'm going to start shaping and cutting all this excess stuff off, and this might be a little bit tricky, so I might have to use a die grinder in here and try to retain this radius again. And we get the Beagle in the house, but not the Basset. The Basset was a naughty girl. She was on her little roost, and my wife tried to move her off the chair, and she snapped at my wife, so no good. So Sassy's, and she's in the big house now for a couple hours, time out. And we get the mollusk. Hey baby, you pretty girl. Wanna give me that paw? Come on, give me the paw. Molly, give me a paw. Come on, shake hands. Give me a paw. You're gonna give me that paw, good girl. Do it again. You're gonna give me that paw. Molly, give me the paw. Good girl. Yeah, you're so pretty. You're so pretty. You get scratches for that. All right. So, see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, back. About 2 hours worth of sanding, and we're to this stage. I cut it. Started with the 40 grit. Worked my way up to 80. 100, 180, 220, and then from 220 I took a red Scotch-Brite pad and I buffed it out. As you can see the sheen on it. It's nice and smooth. I do have a couple of pits here. It didn't fill, but I'm gonna live with it. I have to live with this. I mean, I already got another steering wheel, and even if it wasn't, I probably would take the time and just mix a little bit more of this stuff, but this is good. It's good enough for me. There's a lot of wear on this steering wheel. The sides here are really thick, and then at the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock positions, there's not much plastic here. So I guess 40 some odd years of wear and positioning of hands. It's amazing how much we wear things down on the road with just like doorknobs and whatnot and railings and stuff. It's amazing how much stuff erodes. I'm gonna tape the inside of this. I gotta get a razor in here and scrape some of this gook out of here. I've cleaned most of it out. I'm gonna tape and mask off the metal section in between, and I still have right here. I gotta take this out and try to get this round. It's round. It's just like overgrown. It just blew in. So I'll scrape that out. I'll file it out. I still have a crack here and here, but for the most part, this is all full. It's nice and tight, and I have to retap this hole, and this is all nice and tight. So PC7, it works. It's just you gotta have it in the right temperature. You can't do it really in the cold. It doesn't set up. It takes a while. So this was essentially 3 days of sitting over a heater, and I got it to this point where it's nice and hot. Sand's great. Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right. Sand's great. As you can see, I'm sweating from all the sand, and it's not that warm in here. It's colder than that outside. It's probably right around 15. But yeah, sand's great. I'm gonna drill it and see how it machines that way. I do have to do kind of like a chamfer and a countersink for the screw hole here. I gotta do that. So I'm gonna drill from this side out. Be careful. And then I'm going to use my I must be upstairs. I got a bit that actually chamfers, kind of center punches. I know it's somewhere. Alright, so we'll do that, and I gotta get a spray nozzle cap for this. For some reason, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but for some reason these always get knocked off. So we're gonna prep it up, excuse me, and maybe start throwing some paint on it. Alright guys, I got 4 coats of paint on this. It looks good, but it doesn't look good. Some of the stuff is kind of low, and I got a couple of pits when I was sanding down. I have to come back and fill that, so I'll use that again. And there's you can actually see the low spot there where the crack was. And there's another one here. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what it looked. So we're gonna come back. We'll fill that up with the PC7, get that all done, and we'll call this one done. So it's a save. I don't know how it's gonna react to sunlight and being in a nice hot car, if it's out in the sun, if it's gonna crack or not, I don't know. But I have a new product that I'm gonna be using in my arsenal of products that I use. At first, when it wasn't kicking, it wasn't setting up, I was really skeptical about it. I thought I was gonna have to dig it all out and start again, or pursue an alternate route, but it worked. It worked. Once I brought it upstairs in the heat, it kicked. And it sands nice, it machines nice, and I'm sold. So if anybody wants to know, they sell it at Home Depot on the online store. You can get it different sizes. That's a half-pound setup. It was like 12 bucks, and got the wheel done. So, but I am going to use the wheel that Rick donated for from the Nova. Bubba's going to be using this wheel. It's a lot better shape, and once again, thanks Rick, I really appreciate it. So this one, all it needs to be is just cleaned up a bit more, and then I'm just gonna not even gonna paint it. It's perfect. So this is Mark from the Second Gen. Everybody be well, be safe, and if you're up in the parts where it's doing that stuff, be very safe and be very careful. If you're not, be safe regardless. Alright, so steering wheel done. Next thing we're going to start working on is I got to dig out some hood hinges out of the shed that I have. I have the low tension springs for the fiberglass hood. This has been sitting for quite some time now. It's actually starting to sit back down the way it was. It's not cupped so bad. I got to align this whole front end and get that true. I got to fix that dent on the door there. I want to start sanding all the jams, and I think we're going to start to jam this car up and get it ready. Painting fell through where I had to go paint it, but it is what it is. I might end up painting it inside this garage. I'll just get Bertha out of here and turn this car like on a diagonal here, and it should give me enough room to get around and above and below or whatnot. So like I said, be well, be safe, and too bad about that pit hole, but it is what it is. So I'll just mix up a little bit more of this, put it in there, sand it, and paint it again. Call this one almost done. Alright guys, peace.